What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Let's start this video with classic physique. All the top competitors have now revealed their physiques, including the champion Ramon Dino. So let's start with him. The fact that this video was taken before the weigh-ins, when he was on the minimal possible food and lowest carbs, that is extremely impressive. He is shredded and he is just gonna shock the people with his transformation in these 24 hours. Once Cristasito puts his carbs back in, he is shredded to the bone. So whoever helped Ramon Dino with his posing, he was definitely an expert. Ramon is getting better and better at this. And why he is the reigning Arnold Classic champion and top 2 in the world? Very simple answer to that question. He does not have one weak shot, and he always brings the condition. And this cannot be said about his main competition here, Urs, who has tremendous lower half, there is no doubt. Probably one of the best in the business. But his upper half, especially his arms, his back, that is still lacking in development. And Ramon's waist has been looking smaller and smaller every year, all because he was able to get wider delts and more chest density, especially in the last couple of years. Yes, he looks a little flat here, but just wait until the cops hit him. Next up is Urs posing in that awesome gym lighting before making the weight cutoff. So is this the most shredded Urs ever? That might very well be true. Urs will certainly look more classic than anyone in this lineup, especially in that frontal legs pose. With that crazy vacuum, those deep lines in his quads, that looks absolutely nuts. But again, I have to say, Urs needs to build more back density, and he needs bigger arms, especially better biceps. Because his main competition is Ramon Dino, and Ramon is just very strong in those areas. I don't think he can just outclass Ramon with an insane level of conditioning. Because Ramon in his last 3 showings, he has been equally shredded. So we don't know whether Urs has already maxed out his weight cap or not. Because if that is the case, it is gonna be extremely hard for him to bring up a weak body part. Next up is Breon. Tell me a guy who has a bare back double bicep than him in classic physique. Absolutely mind-blowing. This picture is taken after the weigh-ins and after Breon started his carbs loading. And you can just notice how his muscles are coming back to life. This still is the best Breon to date, but still he suffers hard to make the weight cutoff. He's still losing a lot of muscle to get to that weight cutoff. But then again, this is gonna be the best version of Breon so far. Definitely better than what we saw at this past Mr. Olympia. Because last year he did not know that he's gonna do classic physique until like 7 or 8 weeks out of the show. He was hoping to compete in the 212, but this prep was totally different. Breon's downside is that he is chasing a man who is Urs, who has some of the best quads in the division, and that waist of Urs, that is also one of the smallest out there. So even though Breon is able to beat him in certain shots, Urs gets higher placing because he is just more classic, and this is classic physique we are talking about. Now let's talk about the most shredded guy in bodybuilding, not just in classic physique, probably the most shredded man out there, the Saharan Eagle, Daboul, posting his trademark back shot. And I have to say, he looks nasty as always. Those lines on his lower back, that is definitely trademark Daboul. So the question is, will he still be the most shredded guy on the stage, now that he's coaching himself, now that he isn't working with Patrick? Because there are a couple of factors we have to keep in mind. He was really suffering throughout this prep, especially mentally. He told us that he did not fully dive into this year's Arnold Classic prep until like 3 weeks out of the show. We also saw how he suffered really hard to make that weight cutoff. Before that, I mentioned that Ramon's death phase was as good as it gets. But after looking at Daboul's death phase, that was just on a whole different level. So will he be able to bring that same level of conditioning that he's known for? Well, we will find out soon enough. So we are less than 12 hours away from classic physique prejudging. So stay tuned, because this is gonna be the one to remember for ages. Also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.